Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Whether you're in need of a website, domain or online store, make your next move with Squarespace. New year, new me and all that, and I decided it was about time to have a little bit of a refresh on my website. Go through the images, check up on the contrast and the colours, just make sure everything's looking nice. And something that I realised that's maybe due an update is actually my press photo, the photo on the About Me section of the website. I think it's always nice to have a new photo for like every year. Chapter your work and assign it to this photo that was of you whilst you were making it. Just seems like a nice way to do it. And normally, this gives me the opportunity to commission either a friend or a photographer that I really aspire to take a photo of me. I get an insight as to how they work and just have a fun day out. But this year, things are a bit different. I've got no one to take this photo except for myself. And I'm not really one for self-portraits. There's something that I rarely do, and there's something which I guess I don't really find that interesting. But it's kind of all I've got at the moment. So I thought I'd try and push the boundaries and make a self-portrait that was not only interesting, but I was also proud enough to use it as my photo of me on the internet. And I mean, really, what else do I have to do at the moment? Not much. So I've had a little think, and I've gathered some resources, some materials to try and make this somewhat interesting. The first thing I've gathered is actually this clamp right here that I'm holding. And this attaches to a light stand or to a tripod screw. I've got it on a quick release. And I'm going to use this to hold some stuff. What am I holding, you ask? Well, I've also bought some sheets of acetate, just some square bits of plastic. And what I'm planning to do with them is take some spray paint and kind of make a mess on them and then distress them. So I'm planning on just spraying over them, scratching some of that off, and then clamping that as a foreground element in the photos to partially obscure myself. And then I'm planning on using this in tandem with a slow shutter to kind of make this abstract, hard to see image. I've never done this before. I'm hoping it's going to be cool. I've got nothing to lose. Okay, here I am with sheet number 1. I've got 2 sheets of this. I've got black spray paint. I've also got a piece of paper which I can use as like a ruler, I guess. No plan, really. It's not coming out as like thick as I was imagining. It's a bit harder to cover. I think this should work. We'll see. That's going to be number 1. So, welcome to my set. I've got a softbox just up here, off screen, and this, the camera, the video camera, is what I'm going to be using to take the photo. Little simple hack. Here's my favourite bit of plastic which I'm going to use. It's the white spray painted edition, which I did in the dark, so you didn't get to see it made, but here it is. Basically, there's a clamp here. I'm going to clamp this in front of my face, like this, and shoot through it. And the reason why I'm shooting all of this on my video camera is because I want to shoot it with a slow shutter. I want to have a really kind of big motion drag kind of effect, making it even more obscured than just shooting through a texture. And this is basically because I haven't had a haircut in a long time, and this is a good way of hiding that. So, this is the shutter speed which I'm going to be taking these photos at. So, basically what I've done is cranked the shutter speed of the video way down. You can see the motion is going all weird. It's basically taking less frames per second. It's leaving the shutter open, creating a longer exposure, yet still capturing video. What I'm going to do with this is basically slap this in front of the camera, stand here, move around, do some blurry stuff, put it into Premiere, grade it, and then pick my favourites. Drop them into Photoshop, grade them some more, and here you'll see my favourite ones. So, let me show you how I actually got to this stage. Here I am in Premiere, and here's a segment of the clip with slow shutter. So what I'm going to do is just pick one frame so that I can grade it. and I used Film Convert, which is a plugin which is for emulating motion picture film stocks. So what I do is just quickly select the camera that I used, which is a Panasonic S1H, and then stick it on Tri-X. Already pretty close. Then just played around trying to get the right level of contrast in all of these sections, and then just cropped in on the image. So I set it up like this and then skimmed through and smashed this export frame button whenever I saw a frame that I thought might look good. This then led me with a selection of different images which could make the cut, which I then put into Photoshop and made final crops. Some of them going in a bit closer, like this one, whereas some of them still remaining fat. Just trying to get a different variety to try and make it a little bit interesting. Then also, there's a couple of abstract ones. This one, for instance, I actually think these are quite cool. Just a weird abstract texture. This year, I've wanted to be a little bit more experimental with some of the photos that I've been taking. And I think this is a great way to set off that tone and kind of document this chapter of photography. I'm now going to go and upload this to my website, which leads me on perfectly to today's sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is an amazing all-in-one platform for building websites. Whether you want to purchase a domain, maybe start a blog, an online store, or you want a photography portfolio like me, all of this is made super simple with Squarespace. We've got an amazing variety of different themes to get you started, and you definitely don't need any prior web building experience to build a very professional looking website. And they also have really amazing customer support if you do ever come into any trouble. In my opinion, having a website is incredibly important. If you're a creative person, you need to have a portfolio to display your work and attract potential clients. And Squarespace is the perfect place to do so. So, if you need to get yourself a new website, why not sign up with Squarespace today using my code NEGATIVEFEEDBACK for 10% off your order. You've got nothing to lose. So, thank you very much for watching. Maybe stream on Sunday. Hopefully. Should be. We'll see.